Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Children, yesterday we discussed about the governor and the various powers and functions of the governor, right? And today we are going to discuss about the chief minister. Okay, chief minister, he is the real executive, and we can say that yesterday we were discussing about the governor. The governor is the head of the state, while the chief minister is the head of the government. So now the chief minister, he is appointed by the governor of the state. So chief minister is appointed by the governor of the state, and the governor can use his power, and he can invite the leader of their largest party to form the ministry. The term of the chief minister is not fixed. Actually, the chief minister, he is appointed by the governor of the state. So the leader of the majority party, elections will be held held at state level. Many political parties will be contesting in the elections, isn't it? State will be divided into various constituencies, and the members of the legislative assemblies, those who are going to become the members of legislative assemblies, they will be participating in each and every constituency, and that leader of that majority party will be called by the governor, and he will be appointed as the chief minister of a state. Okay, the term of the chief minister, so his term is not fixed, but he may rule for 5 years, isn't it? He may remain as the chief minister as long as he enjoys the support of the majority of the members of the legislative assembly. So he has to resign once he loses confidence of the members in the assembly. So it is understood that normally he completes 5 years like other members in the legislative assembly. In this picture, you can see the names, the chief ministers, those who were ruling our state from 1947 to 19, till now. So you know very well our present chief minister is Mr. Thiru Edappadi K. Palanichami. He is our present chief minister. And powers and functions of the chief minister. Already I told you, uh, chief minister is the real executive head of the state administration. So the administration of the state is in the hands of the chief minister, and he is having various functions relating to the council of ministers, relating to the governor, relating to the state legislature, and he has some other functions and powers also. But in our state, we have only state legislative assembly. But in some states, two houses, how we have two houses in the parliament. In the same way, there are two houses in the state at the state level also in some states. Okay, so from this you understand that chief minister is the real executive head of the state, and he is in charge for the overall administration of the state. And first, relating to the council of ministers, he is having various powers. So relating to the council of ministers, he allocates the portfolios among the ministers. Portfolios means departments. He will allot various departments for the members, those who won in the elections. For example, he only will appoint education minister, you take, and health minister, and public works. So like that, different departments will be allotted for the council of ministers. So chief minister only allocate the portfolios among the ministers, and if he wants to make any changes in the ministry, he is having the rights to change, and he can ask a minister to resign also, or to advise the governor also to dismiss him in case of difference of opinion. If that member is going against the rules of the government, then chief minister has the powers, and he can discuss with the governor to remove him from office, and he only presides over the meetings of the council of ministers, and final decisions will be taken by him after the discussions, and he guides and he controls and he coordinate all the activities of the ministers. So he will be um, controlling the council of ministers, and he will be guiding them to involve in various government activities. Our especially our government is social welfare motive government, isn't it? So on his advice only, the council of ministers will have or will plan various activities for the welfare of the people. Next one, relating to the governor also, he is having various functions. So he only acts, he is the communicator between the governor and the council of ministers. So all the government activities, governor will not involve fully. So he acts as the bridge between the governor and the council of ministers, and he advises the governor in relation to the appointment of some officials like advocate general of the state, state election commissioner, chairman and members of the State Public Service Commission. In the previous paragraph, in the functions of the governor also we discussed, isn't it? And chairman and members of the State Planning Commission. So how we have now we have Niti Aayog, isn't it, at in central level. Same way planning commission is there in state level also, and the chairman and members of the State Planning Commission will be decided by the chief minister, and chairman and members of the state finance commission also will be appointed by the chief minister after the discussion with the governor. And now our next one is relating to the state legislature. Now we are going to discuss the functions of the chief minister with related to the state legislature. The chief minister advises the governor with regard to the sessions of the state legislature, and he announces the government policies. He will be discussing the policies that are allocated by the government and allocated resources. So related to the state legislature, he is introduced these things, and he can recommend for the dissolution of the state legislature also, and he is having have the power to take decisions regarding to the legislative assembly also. And the other functions and powers of the chief minister, actually already I told you, he is the leader of the majority ruling party, isn't it? So he has to control the party, ruling party, as well as he is responsible for the discipline of that particular party. And as the leader of the state, he has to keenly consider, and he has to overcome the demands of the different sections of the people, isn't it? So government is mostly social welfare motive. So it is the duty of the chief minister to take care of the people, and he has to uh, implement various policies and programs for the welfare of the people, and he has to supervise and he has to control the party, and for smooth functioning of the state government, there should be good relationship between the central government and the state government. So he has to develop a good rapport between the central government. Then only he can improvise the state. So far, we were discussing about the chief minister and appointment of chief minister. We discussed, and this we discussed about the functions and chief minister, powers of the chief minister related to the council of ministers, the governor, the state legislature, and other various functions and powers. Thank you, children.